Hi, I'm Clary, an award-winning Italian designer based in Manchester, UK, where I run my design practice, Studio Per My Soul. In this clip, I will share a technique to design a scalable geometric logo efficiently. One of my clients is launching a new line of backpacks and needs a flexible and bold logo to communicate the practical structure and functionality of his products. Learn how I successfully designed the minimalistic logo in a few easy steps by leveraging shortcuts to create a support grid. Follow along to achieve a professional result and build your custom geometric logo. Select the rectangle tool from the toolbar, move the cursor on the artboard. Now click and drag while holding Shift to constrain proportions and create a perfect square. With the square selected, let's go on the top and click on Object menu, then Path, Split into Grid to generate a grid. The grid option window will open up. Make sure you enable the preview by ticking the preview box to see the changes taking place live. For this project, I'm going to use 6 rows and 6 columns, but it's entirely up to you how you wish to split the grid. When done, click OK to transform our square into a grid. To use the grid as a reference, let's transform it into guides. All you have to do is to press Command 5 on Mac, that's Control 5 on Windows. We transformed our shape first into a grid and then into very useful guides. With the aid of those guides, we'll now be able to design a proportionally geometric logo. To make it easy to design on top of these guides without moving them, you can lock them down by going under View, Guides, and Lock Your Guides. You can also access this function with the shortcut Option Command semicolon on Mac, that's Alt Control semicolon on Windows. It is now time to design our logo. Click on the rectangle tool to create a first shape, then let's double click on the fill to select a color, then tap on the V key to select a shape, click and drag while holding Option on Mac, Alt on Windows to create a copy, and on Shift to also align the duplicate. Press Command C on Mac, that's Control C on Windows to copy, and then paste in front of the shape by pressing Command F or Control F. You can also find this option under the Edit menu. At this point, I'm going to rotate the shape by hovering over the corner of the bounding box and then move around to rotate while holding down the Shift key to create a perfect 90-degree rotation. Place the new shape in the middle. We have completed our first geometrically proportional letter. To merge those shapes in one single object, let's jump into our Properties panel, scroll down, find the Pathfinder options, and click on the very first icon, which allows us to unite all these shapes. I'm going to move forward and create our second letter. Before doing so, let's move the H on the side. To build our second letter, select the rectangle tool and draw a perfect square that is the same size of your grid. Make sure to hold Shift to constrain proportions. Now create a second square right in the middle of the grid. This smallest square will cover an area of 2 by 2 units. I'm going to change the color from the Properties panel to create contrast and see the smaller square in the middle. Then, with a small square selected, hold Shift and click on the bigger square to select them both. Another fantastic tool that can help us create objects is the Shape Builder tool. Select the Shape Builder tool from the toolbar and head over the small square. Hold Option on Mac, Alt on Windows and click once. This will allow you to subtract the smaller shape from the bigger one. We have now created our second letter. To build our final letter, let's create one vertical rectangle and an horizontal one. I'm going to double the size of the top rectangle because we want to keep everything proportional. Let's now merge those shapes using the Shape Builder tool. With these two shapes selected, click once of the Shape Builder tool, and in this case I'm not going to hold Option because I'm looking to add those two shapes. Click and drag the cursor on both shapes to merge it in one single object. Now we've built also our last letter. I'm going to move it to the side and arrange it next to the previous two. The last thing to do is to create a background. To keep consistency with the logo structure, you can create a background that is a perfect square. I'm also going to create a copy which will remain with no background, and I will change the fill from white to black. I will group each version by selecting its shapes and use the shortcut Command G or Control G on Windows. Our geometric logo is ready to go. Click on the Artboard tool and click once on each artworks to create separate artboards ready to be exported. To save, click on Save As, and in this case we're going to select SVG format. SVGs are scalable vector graphics. This means that can be searched, indexed, and resized. Those are perfect for web use. Select the artboard you wish to save, name your file and select the destination folder, click on Save and click on OK. You can also export your artboard using this format and many more with the shortcut Option Command E, that's Alt Control E on Windows. Pick the artboard you wish to save. To select the format you want, use the drop-down menu here. As you can see, SVG is one of the options. But for the artboard with no background, I will use the PNG format. A PNG file will retain the background transparency and it can be used both for print and web, although this format is not scalable. Click on Export. You can now use the PNG on a website, business card, or anything else you like. Join me in the next video to learn more about those graphic applications. Now it's time for you to try out these techniques and create your geometric logo. Again, I'm Claudia from Print My Soul, and I look forward to working with you in the next project to elevate your business communication strategy.